The Soviet soldiers picked up the machine guns and aimed at the American spy, just as he was about to run into the American military's range. This really got on the nerves of the American colonel, but because of the rules of engagement between the US and the Soviet Union, the American colonel had to swallow this humiliation. But he had a plan in his mind. At night, the American colonel carried a gun and came to the borderline. He took a sip of strong liquor to boost his courage. Then he used tools to cut through the barbed wire fence. When passing by a receiver, he suddenly changed his mind. He fiddled with the wireless receiver on the ground. The abnormal signal soon caught the attention of the Soviet troops. He quickly reported it to his superiors. Before long, an armored vehicle rushed to the scene. 3 Soviet soldiers got out of the vehicle and carefully inspected the surroundings. But they didn't know, the colonel had already climbed onto the armored vehicle. He held the gun and made a noise, causing the 3 Soviet soldiers to turn around and check. The red light kept moving on the faces of the Soviet soldiers. Under the threat of the colonel, the 3 of them could only raise their hands and surrender. To get rid of the resentment from the daytime, the colonel forced them to kneel down and put on the birthday hats he had carefully prepared. Then he taught them to sing the birthday song to entertain him, but the 3 of them just couldn't learn it. The irritated colonel immediately took out a grenade, pulled out the pin. Just when the 3 of them thought the colonel had gone crazy, the colonel threw the grenade into the distance. When the 3 of them gradually came to their senses, they found that the strange colonel had left, and this provocative incident caught the attention of the superiors. He absolutely wouldn't allow his soldiers to be humiliated. But before the superiors issued a counterattack order, the American colonel actually drove to the borderline again. He wanted to take a close look at the Soviet soldiers he had teased, but unexpectedly, just as he got out of the car and took out his binoculars, seeing his jeep blown up, the American colonel could only slowly walk back to his camp, and was informed by the guard. After learning the news of his disappearance, the superiors had already sent out a search team to search all over the mountain. The colonel was annoyed. He decided to take out his anger on the Soviet soldiers, to regain his lost dignity. That night, he came to the cut gap again, quietly approaching the sentry post. He poured a circle of gasoline around the sentry post. Then, the Soviet soldiers who were still chatting at this time, suddenly found wisps of white smoke coming out from under their feet.